Our Story Productions presents Cooking It Up with Betty, a saucy look at our story. So, get ready for the one and only Betty Thompson.
Welcome back to another episode of Cooking It Up with Betty. And what a show we have for you today. Not only are we making a very special dish, we're also having a very special guest, and we'll have those reports from our roving reporters that find out what's cooking in our story country. So without further ado, let me welcome my guest, the one, the only Elmer Plow, right here from Sweet Swine County. Welcome, Elmer.
Thank you, Betty. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here today.
Well, I'm so glad you finally decided to join me. After all, you have been one of my special testers for a long time with my cooking, and all of those blue ribbons we've been winning out at the fair.
I am really happy to be here today, and I just kind of looking around, I used to be the safety officer here at Sweet Swine County, and I'm kind of wondering if your kitchen is up to code. Is there the wiring okay and the plumbing? That could be kind of dangerous in a kitchen.
What code? The safety code? Well, that would be Cousin John's area. This is his building. The only code I'm really aware of is the Good Cook Code, and that says, you should make food that everybody likes. Delicious food. Now, I have a group of reporters out in the field, and not only do they go to big restaurants, they go to small, out-of-the-way restaurants, and they find out what's cooking in our story country. And then they report that back to us. Let's look at a couple of those reports right now.
Oh, Abby Appetite here, head reporter for the What's Cooking team, making a list for my reporters to do stories on about the restaurants, cafes, diners, supper clubs, and bakeries in the small towns of the Midwest. You can see them all on KlukTV.com. Hey, let's pick one out and go there together. Remember, you'll be traveling with an appetite. Abby Appetite.
Wow, now those are some great places to eat, Betty. And, speaking of eating, what are we cooking today?
Oh, of course we're going to be cooking today, Elmer. But first, you don't always have to use an oven. Let's put your apron on here, and let's get started.
Let's see what we got here.
Oh, I guess that's not going to work very well.
No, not really.
Oh, okay. Well, just try this wine. This is from High Horse. Elmer, you don't always have to use the oven when you're cooking. We'll be making chicken jubilee gelatin salad.
Jello salad? I thought we were going to make an exquisite dinner. Oh, I know. There must be something wrong with your oven, Betty.
Elmer, no, there's nothing wrong with the oven. It's just that, sometimes a homemaker wants to have a cool main dish, rather than heating up their whole house with the oven. Today, I'm going to be making a very special, and it's not Jello, it's gelatin. How many times I have to tell you? Gelatin, not Jello. And this main dish salad that we will be making is called Betty's Chicken Jubilee. Just sit there and drink your wine, and I will get started. In the meantime, let's go to another report from our roving reporters of what's cooking in our story country.
Lenny Leftover here, just returned from the road. I and my fellow What's Cooking reporters have discovered incredible restaurants, cafes, diners, supper clubs, and bakeries in small towns. Now you can learn what we've learned on KlukTV.com. I found them so incredible, the only leftover was I, Lenny Leftover.
Wow, were those some great places to eat in? That food looked great. Man, I really would like to go out to eat, Betty, but I see you're coming along really well here.
Okay, yes. And what I've done so far is I've prepared all of the vegetables and cold chicken, and I've put it in with the gelatin. Would you like to stir that for me? And then we'll get it. We will get that all stirred up. Then we'll add a little sour cream to give it some extra flavor. And once we have that done, we'll put it into our mold, and we can let it sit, and then we can unmold it for our supper. How are we doing there?
Okay, I think we're doing okay.
Ooh, that's looking good.
Yeah. All right.
Wow. Okay, let's add the sour cream now.
Okay.
And you can stir that in. Okay, here we go. Just stir that in until it's kind of mixed up. You know, this is a great dish to serve like in the summertime when you want, and you can do it ahead of time, and then you're sitting out on the patio and you just bring it out and you're all set to go. So we'll set up in a couple of hours and it'll be ready to go. Oh, you know, I don't know if I turned off the range. Let me check that. That's never happened before.
This is definitely an electrical problem. We need to deal with this, Betty.
Oh, Elmer, you're still there? You still there, Elmer?
I'm here.
Well, thanks, folks. I think we're out of time, and we're definitely out of light. Thanks to my special guests, thanks to my roving reporters, and thanks to you at home. Please come back and see me next time. I hope you can see me next time. Bye.